himself, bro. He's running full force at 7-footers, bro.
Giannis hurt himself.
Giannis hurt
exactly.
himself too, though.
Yeah,
No, it's so all right. That one, did you guys see that tweet or something like that? Like a journalist or something talking about how charges can be like he wants to ban charges because
they're dangerous.
That doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Yeah,
I get what he's trying to say because but people need to stop jumping so high and running full force over another man.
Nigga,
bro.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, you're chasing that highlight, you're gonna injure yourself.
I want to open real quick with what I said off stream. So Cap can hear it too. But first, welcome everyone to the 29th episode of Some Casual Takes, a podcast hosted by me, Stephen Pepper, featuring other sports fans debating interesting topics with the most casual takes. This episode is brought to you by no one, but we're here with a nice core of panelists today. Manzi, the dynamic duo of the Camillas, and Cap, ready to talk some ball. How are we today on this fine Monday? I know Joel got him some nice sleep last night. Went to sleep good.
Got some really good sleep.
Feeling blessed, man. Wonderful day today.
Covering off sickness, man. Good.
I can't be sick when the Lakers are up. I'm always feeling good. That's the cure to sickness. It's a LeBron James win. That's the cure to sickness. But today's show is all going to be recapping the opening weekend of the first round NBA playoffs. But first, I want to start real quick. I broke in class today. Jalen Hurts, highest paid NFL player in history. Joel, anything on Jalen Hurts? I think you're a Jalen Hurts guy, right?
I'm big on improvement. Like, he's one of those quarterbacks I see improve year by year by year. Since college, you can go back to it. So, I mean, I think this is well deserved after seeing the success he brought to Philly in the second year. I think it was well deserved. It's definitely given a blueprint of what these next quarterbacks need to be making. As for Lamar,
do soon. Herbert do soon.
Yeah. As for what it does for Lamar, though, I don't know. It's looking tough for him to return back to the Ravens.
I think he will return back to the Ravens, but it'll be. Let's see if he gets that contract.
Yeah.
Chris in the chat.
I like this nigga, bro.
Tab, what do you think about the extension? I think he got $51 million a year, something like that. Insane.
I think it's deserved. He proved it. I think anytime you take your team that far, and you're coming up on a contract year, you deserve that type of extension. I don't know what it does for the market, especially looking at Lamar's situation. I think when I checked it out, it looked like Jalen Hurts had less guaranteed money than what Lamar Jackson was asking for. And I was wondering
178 guaranteed.
175,
yeah. I'm wondering what I'm just wondering what Lamar wants exactly. I don't know what type of contract he wants, but if you're looking at a contract like Jalen Hurts that just went on and you're expecting a certain amount of money, I think looking at the contract that he denied, it's not that far off from a player like Hurts who just signed his contract today. So I don't know exactly what Lamar wants now. But looking at Jalen, yeah.
Wasn't it like 200 something like that?
225, I think.
Yeah, I think he wanted a longer term contract. Yeah, but it was a lot shorter. I think
more of that fully guaranteed, I think.
Too. Yeah, fully guaranteed 220. So that's.
I'm not gonna lie, the NFL is hard to get fully guaranteed. So
yeah, it's just Deshaun Watson messing up the whole market at the time.
Extreme.
You see that,
full guarantee from the Browns.
Yeah,
but I like this deal though. I at first was never a huge Jalen Hurts guy, but he really impressed me. In that championship run, well, they didn't win, but the run to the Super Bowl, I did see a lot of improvement, especially as a passer, because I thought he was just a running back that first year. And honestly, he kind of was. He was turning the ball over a lot. He had a lot of passing issues, but he did improve a lot in the second year. Adding an A.J. Brown helps. But I want to congratulate the Eagles. They just secured their quarterback of the future. This Jalen Hurts is now the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, highest paid player in NFL history. And Whether he deserves it or not is up to you. But I think as far as where the NFC is, this is the perfect deal for Jalen Hurts. Because if you're the Eagles, you have to be you're very comfortable today with Jalen Hurts and that money. Because let me ask you guys, can you guys name me the top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history other than Jalen Hurts? I mean, not NFL history. Can you name me the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now other than Jalen Hurts?
Can I name you?
Yeah, just name me like 10 guys you think could
excluding Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
Josh Allen, Mahomes,
Burrow.
Herbert, Burrow.
You gonna put LeBron up there?
Better than Hurts, though?
No, Lamar.
Lamar was hurt this year. So, I mean, I put
Lamar's still up there. Yeah.
When Lamar's healthy, I'm taking him over Hurts.
Let me stop you right there. You try to name the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and you just start off with 6 AFC quarterbacks. Then that's without Jalen Hurts. So think about it. Who's headlining the NFC next to Jalen Hurts? Dak? Cousins? Come on, bro.
That's true.
Matt Stafford, aging, coming off an injury.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, who's probably going to go to the Jets, and he's 40.
Brock Purdy.
So if you're an Eagles fan, you have to you're waking up today to some great news and a vision of success for the next decade with Jalen Hurts. How long's the contract? 5 years?
5 years. Yeah.
Oh, not 5 years. So if you're an Eagles fan, you're waking up today for the next 5 years comfortable for success, guaranteed. Because you have a quarterback now who's in a division next to the next person in the conference next to him is probably the 9th, 10th, 11th best quarterback in the National Football League. So outside of Hurts, who do we got? Burrow, Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, Lamar, Lawrence. That's 6 right there. Not named Jalen Hurts. None of those guys are in the NFC. So for the Eagles, they have to be.
Trevor Lawrence is.
He's top 10, though. Lawrence is top 10.
He is not top 10, bro.
Trevor Lawrence ain't top 10.
I don't know about
top 10. Oh, my gosh, bro.
He ain't top 10.
All right,
but he's getting there, bro.
Let me just say this.
He's getting there.
After
the ending
bro,
of the Jazz season last year was insane. So
he's better than that.
He's getting there.
After this year, feels top 10. I'm just leaving it out there.
See how they work the NFL.
I'm just leaving it out there.
I believe it.
I'm just leaving it out there.
You're just mad that
we're gonna have 2 Ohio State QBs in the top 10.
You're just mad that Trevor Lawrence came back and beat your Dallas Cowboys, bro. You're just mad.
What did he do in the playoffs,
bro?
He lost, didn't he?
They came back and beat the Chargers, bro. They won the wild card. He scored
the Chargers are a fraudulent team. I don't think Herbert's gonna have a lot of playoff success either, because they don't know how to surround that man around like.
Dude, he gets Calvin Ridley next year.
I know the offense is gonna always be decent.
Exactly. So he's gonna be a Pro Bowler next year. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he will. I'm just saying, bro. He's already top 10. Who are you gonna name? Deshaun Watson's better than him? Like, stop.
I mean, Deshaun Watson.
Dude. All right, bro. All right. Let's go to the NFL, NBA. Quick playoff series that we're not going to talk about. If Ski wants to say anything about his 76ers, I wasn't going to talk about the 76ers because I had them winning in 5. And this was the first game on Saturday, went exactly as I thought it was going to be, an easy work. Embiid will be too much for them. Harden, Maxey just be too much for the Nets. Mikal Bridges can only do so much. Ski, if you want to say anything about your 76ers.
So, all right. So basically, here's the thing, all right? I did see a TikTok or something, or I think it was last week's this like a talking point was does Embiid or Jokic have more pressure in the postseason?
Yeah.
For sure, Embiid has a lot of pressure just because of the Sixers' history when it comes to playoffs, right? And then there's also a lot of pressure on Harden, the fact that he's playing this new role, and you know it's still new, it's still like almost in the workings, but we saw what Harden did. All right, we saw what Harden did. He performed. Embiid performed. So I'm not gonna lie. I see nothing but you know what I mean? No, nothing but good spirit in terms of Sixer fans. But the only thing is though, they have to play the same type of ball, and then not only that, Harden actually has to show up. I'm gonna be real. Embiid is gonna show up regardless, and I know this. Harden needs to show up though. That's the biggest thing.
He is the biggest X factor.
If Harden shows up, if Maxey shows up, if Tobias Harris shows up.
Oh, that's a lot of ifs, bro.
No, it's a lot of ifs. But
Yeah,
it's a lot of ifs. It's a lot of ifs. But you gotta understand, all of these guys we know are capable of doing that. It's just the fact that they're inconsistent sometimes, right?
Mhm.
But if they show up, we're good, bro. We're good.
Harden surprisingly shot no free throws.
The thing is
All
about
threes,
this
bro.
series,
Harden was killing though.
this series is
beautiful.
the fakest series in the world.
It is.
Mainly because the Nets aren't in a place where they really aren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they
So
should
like
be.
this is like
This is gonna be easy. This is gonna be
yeah,
easy.
this is gonna be easy. I can't really make too many judgments off of this matchup or this series alone because KD and Kyrie just catapulted them to a certain ranking and now they're in the playoffs just because of that.
Yeah.
So, that team is like I don't know, I don't want to look at this series too in depth only because of the fact that, they're not playing anybody. Like if they're playing a team like Chicago or like the Hawks, I think I can get a better judgment of it. But the Nets right now is just
We're still beating Chicago.
just a weird matchup.
I'm gonna be
Yeah, you guys are still beating them.
We're still beating them.
That's just like easy work. I don't even see them winning it. Like that's got to be a
That's
sweep.
true.
Dude,
That's
for
very
like,
true.
you know what's crazy? I'm watching that game. Why doesn't Cam Thomas start? Why doesn't Cam Thomas?
That's weird, bro.
That's
He
facts.
won't get any. Like he'll pull off a 40 ball and then it's a do not play. It's a DMP the next game. This shit is so weird. I don't get it.
It makes no sense because this is a guy who every time he gets at least 25 minutes a game, every time he's inserted in that starting lineup, he's giving you 20 to 30, 40 points. I mean, against Philly the other night, he just had, 48? Like, this is a guy who, if you put him in that big-time spot, he's giving you some big-time production. But they just put him on these DMPs in 4 minutes a game. I don't care. I'm putting him over Spencer Dinwiddie in my lineup. I do not care. Or at least I'm giving him some of Dinwiddie's minutes.
Facts.
City.
I agree.
I know the Nets aren't trying to compete for a title, but this is a guy in Cam Thomas who, like I said, you can put in a lineup and can get you like a 25. If you want to beat Philly, if you at least want to give Philly a more run for their money, dude, you got to put in Cam Thomas. It would make it more competitive.
Cam Thomas, also, I'll say this: he has probably one of the best mentalities as a young hooper in the league. He probably has one of the best mentalities like I've seen, in my opinion.
Exactly. And dude, if you don't even, and here's the thing with Cam Thomas too, even if you don't think he aligns with the future of your Brooklyn Nets organization, if you give him big time minutes and he puts up big time stats, his trade value is going to skyrocket. So you can get rid of him because it looks like he doesn't belong in the future of your plans. If he's only playing 4 minutes to DMPs, he's not belonging in your future. So for the Nets, you got to start Cam Thomas because you have 2 benefits. You get closer to winning, or it increases your trade value for future assets. I don't know why Cam Thomas is not starting.
I kind of understand.
He was the leading scorer of the SEC when he was playing. This was a dog. And the fact that he's not playing is kind of been saying to me that might be something. I might not know something, but it seems like coaching not playing.
No, so with the trade with the Suns, they just picked up a bunch of wings out of nowhere, right?
Dinwiddie, Cam Johnson,
Dinwiddie, Cam, Michael.
We're just going to start no matter what.
Yeah. So it's just very cluttered, and I think those guys aren't meant for the future. They're not. I don't think they're rebuilding around them. So I think
Cam Johnson. Yeah, I don't know about Dinwiddie, but Johnson for sure. He's built for the future.
Yeah, I don't know about Dinwiddie. But I think just to maintain the trade value of those guys, I think that they're keeping them on the court for when they do ship them away, rather than having you got Cam Thomas who can really just. You're not here to win games. I don't think that's their motive right now. They're not really. I don't think that's not what it looks like. But I think you're just planning on the rebuild. Leave these guys on the court that you just picked up off the trade. Let them rock out rather than just keeping Cam Thomas in there. Just let Cam Thomas rock whenever his time to rock is. But I think right now they're just like maintaining the trade value of the pieces they got within the trade.
This man Cam Thomas, bro. He dropped 46 points a couple days ago before the end of the season on 55% shooting and went straight to the DMP. It makes no sense.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That's tough.
How are you not, like you said, he has one of the best young mentalities. How are you not sick? Dude, I'm sick.
I'd be sick, bro.
I'm not sitting behind Spencer Dinwiddie, Seth Curry. I'm not sitting behind these guys. I'm dropping 46. That's their career highs. They're not touching that. And I'm over here sitting on the bench, being the water boy, basically. Makes no sense, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's as far as the Philly series. Atlanta played the Hawks. I thought the Celtics would play the Heat. We get the Hawks. I think the Hawks are an easier matchup for the Celtics, so I think this is probably a sweep. Maybe 5 games if Brown and Tatum stink it up and Trae Young just goes crazy in like a game 4. I don't think so. I think this is a sweep. I don't have much to say from the series, but I will say, though, I did make a video saying that the Celtics should probably blow it up if they don't win this year. And a lot of people in my comments were saying, why trade Brown when Tatum's worse? Do you guys hear that take all the time that the Jalen Brown's
I'm gonna
better
be
than
real.
Jason
I'm gonna be
Tatum
real.
take?
I've heard.
I hear that a lot.
I'm gonna be real. All right, so here's the thing. Tatum, I really don't know. I think, in my opinion, honestly, I think both of them are really all right. Now, sometimes inconsistent. If you remember the last year when Celtics got to the finals, right?
Yeah.
Where was Tatum in the beginning of the season, bro?
Brown was the best player. I agree. Brown was the best player in that series.
Exactly. So then, but then you also see where Brown sometimes when he gets to the postseason,
Man's a drunk
simple
driver,
plays,
bro.
he just chokes. He's you know what I mean? He just chokes. Like he's too fast. Like he's not really good in terms of changing speed. I mean, he is, but like I don't know. I think when it comes to Brown, he's just I'm gonna get to this bucket. I'm gonna get to the basket, bro. And I don't. I mean, I like the aggressiveness from Jaylen Brown. I think if Tatum was as aggressive as Brown, he would probably be
Facts.
like he would be something serious. But because Tatum actually has the talent to be probably MVP multiple years. You know what I mean? Like he can do something. He can do something. We've known this, or like we've seen signs from it early in his career. So I just think that both are really talented basketball players, but I think you shouldn't compare them. That's the biggest thing. I think they're kind of right now leveled out. You know that Tatum's ceiling is higher, right? You know that Tatum's ceiling is higher, but if they're on the same team, you shouldn't compare them, in my opinion. If he does decide to leave, then you can say something like, all right, like I don't know. Depends on how you look at if you're in the Celtics office or whatever. Depends on how you look at it. If you want to blow this team up, then you're gonna have to start, readjusting how you want to play this team. But honestly, I think both of them on the team is the best option possible, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's no way. People really think they have a good take right here, saying Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum. I do think the gap is not huge. I don't think it's like this huge gap between them. But Tatum is clearly better. Jaylen Brown, the only reason why people say this take is because he was better for one series, and that's the NBA Finals. Yes, is it the biggest series? I agree. But one series that Jaylen Brown was just better than Tatum doesn't mean that Brown is better than Tatum. As a pure basketball player, Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown. And all the other times, Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown. There's a reason why Tatum is the number 1 on this team. There's a reason. And like you said, bro, this man, Jaylen Brown, we've never seen him as a one. He's out here turning the ball over. His handles is weak. He's not as smooth as a polished player as a Jason Tatum. He had 6 turnovers against Atlanta, game 1. NBA Finals in the playoffs, we still saw it. His handles are pretty. It's like I'm saying, he's just not better than Jason Tatum. I get it. I think also, to your point, his aggressiveness. I think some people see that. I saw last year during the NBA Finals. I think people wish that Tatum had Brown's aggressiveness, and they see that like dog in Brown that like who isn't scared or as shy or timid as Tatum. So they just think that Brown is better than Tatum. They'd rather have Brown. But other than that, there's just no way Brown is better than Tatum. But you guys are all right on that for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, boss, I'm about to be right back. I need my charger, bro. My shit about to die. Hold on. One second.
And then the other series was just Nuggets, Timberwolves. It's cool. No one's talking about it.
Yeah.
Look at the 20 ball. I didn't even look at the score.
Yeah.
It was 20 ball. It was bad. It was bad. It was literally the exact opposite of the Lakers playing. Lakers playing, everyone, the Timberwolves played good other than Anthony Edwards. And now this game, everyone but Anthony Edwards played good. Everyone not named Anthony Edwards played good. So, no, everyone not named Anthony Edwards played bad. That's what I was trying to say. It was the opposite of the play.
Yeah.
It was 20 ball. I thought Pelicans were going to be here, but they weren't. Anyways, I still had this.
That's the matchup I wanted to see.
Did you see my comment on your TikTok?
Oh, the playoff predictions. I think I saw it, but I forgot what you said.
I said the list is already shit.
Yeah, I know. I lost first game when the Hawks beat the Heat somehow.
Yeah.
When Bam Adebayo failed to show up. But whatever. Okay. Now, would come back when we say it, but we can start with him anyways. I want to get you guys' biggest overreaction to the NBA playoff weekend. So just based off one game, what's your hottest take, your biggest overreaction based off one game?
I think that Heat win.
Yeah.
He win.
Yeah, that Heat win. I think regardless, Giannis or not, I think they have the team that could beat the Heat. Obviously, they didn't really show that game one. I think when you lose your best player mid-game, that's obviously going to take a toll.
Does
but I expect Giannis to be back in this series. I don't know how bad the injury is, but the Bucks are.
Yeah, there was an X-ray, clear here. They're just going to see how Giannis feels. They're optimistic he'll be back for game 2.
Yeah, he's not missing a playoff game. So I generally think that win was just, here you go, simple handoff. You got the win, cool. Bucks and 5, man.
Bucks and 5. I was gonna ask.
Bucks and 5.
Yeah, I agree.
They could pull a game or another game. I can see the Heat pulling another game. They can, but I don't know how serious Hero.
He's out. He's out for the whole playoffs. He broke
yeah.
Tyler Hero's out too. It's over.
I don't know how serious that is for the team. I don't know how pivotal of a piece he is. I haven't really watched too much of Miami's games. I know he's a great shooter, but
they'll be fine. But
yeah,
you're leaving some points.
They would much rather have him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ski, we're talking about our biggest overreactions to just game 1 of the entire playoffs.
Okay. So yeah.
So I'm guessing yours are probably Philly's going to win it all.
All right, bro. I'm gonna be real. Listen, I have faith in Philly. All right, I have faith in Philly. The thing is, though, I am worried about teams like the Celtics, teams like the Bucks, if everyone's healthy. But I mean, to be honest, the East, in my opinion, I think whoever wins the West is probably gonna win the whole finals. That's my opinion. Wow.
Now that you're not sold in the East. I thought the consensus was whoever won the East wins the championship.
Nah, I think the West.
Low key, me too.
I'm going with the West, bro.
The West did look pretty good in the playoffs. I do think it's because the West had more competitive playoff matchups. That's why you're saying it, though. Just wait until the East teams start playing the real East teams, and you'll see. The West is just deeper, so their playoff series are just going to look better.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say this: the Sixers. Well, we're talking about Miami, the Miami game.
Yeah.
So the Miami game, I'll say, basically, the Miami they're gonna play hard. They're always gonna play hard just because of that's. If you know about Miami, the way they their conditioning. I don't know if you guys heard of this. Their conditioning is different. After games, they'll go and work out like they have to. It's mandatory during off season. So I think they're just a hard-working organization, franchise. But you're playing the Bucks. It's like, you know what I mean. If Giannis is healthy, if Middleton's healthy, if Drew's healthy, you're finished, bro. There's too much depth on the Bucks bench. So yeah, I go with Bucks in 5.
5. You're not gonna get the Heat another game.
No.
Okay.
As long as Giannis is still standing.
That's the biggest factor. If Giannis is still playing, we're good.
All right, we'll talk about the Heat later on, but I want to go to the Lakers Grizzlies. So my overreaction for game one, it's complete overreaction, but not at the same time because it's facts. My overreaction to game one is that the Lakers will win the entire Western Conference. That's my overreaction. So we're going to go to the Lakers Grizzlies now. My overreaction, like I said, is the Lakers will win the West. How confident are you guys on a scale to 1 to 10 that the Lakers can win this series against the Grizzlies?
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe
I'm
you,
at.
bro.
I'm at. I'm at it. Like I'm at it.
8, 8, 9.
It's a smooth 9.
They're gonna win the series. So do you guys know what Jaws like what his status is in terms of
I'll look it up, but I
whether he
believe
comes back?
what I just
That's
I'm not no doctor, but I diagnosed him with a sprained wrist. He had a cast on the sideline. If he would have broke his hand and he didn't break his hand, it would have been bad. I think he just badly sprained it. Now it is his shooting hand though.
Exactly.
And I think that would be something to monitor. I'll go 8 as well. I do think the loss of John Morant is huge. That is a star level production taken away from the Grizzlies going up against Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But I'm not going 10. I think a lot of Lakers LeBron bias people will say 10 after game one. I'm not going 10 because I can't completely throw out Memphis yet. Because I think the Lakers, they're a weird team. They kind of play down their competition a bit. I think when they play great teams, they play great other than the Clippers. But if they play a bad team or a team without as many expectations, Timberwolves without some of their players, Jazz, Phoenix, without some of their players, they play down and play tight games for these guys. So I think Memphis will forever still be in the series. I don't think the Lakers are going to walk over them in like 4 games or whatever that some people are going to make it seem to be. I think this could still go 6, maybe like 6 games, even without John Morant. Because the Grizzlies, remember, last year, as far as win percentages, without John Morant in that sample size, they had one of the greatest win percentages of all time without John Morant. The Grizzlies won a playoff game without John Morant. I don't think this Lakers series is completely over yet because I don't think John Morant's going to miss the entire series. I think he's going to come back, and whatever they can get from John Morant is going to be something. And I think the Grizzlies are going to stay afloat even without John Morant. Because remember, this is the same Grizzlies team that won a playoff game against the eventual champions without John Morant. This is a Grizzlies team that without John Morant had one of the greatest win percentages of all time. So I think this Grizzlies team is not out of it. And I got to see how the Lakers play without Rui Hachimura giving you 29, without Austin Reaves being at a high level.
That's the thing.
After to rebuttal that though, Steven.
Yeah.
What are the odds that you have this man, Jaren Jackson Jr. scored 31 again on 13 and 21?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but true. But Jaren Jackson scoring 31 is more reliable.
Is more likely than I know.
And Rui Hachimura giving you 29. I still think the Lakers are a better team, but I got to see how this team plays with Anthony Davis and LeBron James taking more shots. LeBron and Anthony Davis only taking 16, 17 shots apiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be different, though. Like, Rui Hachimura and Austin Reaves were taking all the fourth quarter shots. I want to see how the Lakers play with that. And like I said about the Grizzlies, the Grizzlies team can still win playoff games without Ja. I'm confident that they can. I think I got them, like I said, Lakers get an 8, but not a 10. But I still think they win this series. I'll still say 6 games. I don't think change. I'm going to look up real quick John Morant's health. They said John Morant himself said it was in jeopardy.
I think that's just to throw like more fire on the water, though.
But
more water on the fire.
I think Ja he'll eventually come back. He didn't.
You know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize how good Tyus Jones is as a player.
He's nice. They were stroking him a little bit on that call, though. I think Mark Jackson said like 6 times that Tyus Jones is a starting level point guard who can start on like 29 teams. They were stroking him a little bit on the play call.
They were.
But yeah, Tyus
like that's one of the best bench for players coming off the bench in the league. But I don't. You're right though. Anytime I think of a team without Ja, I just remember that blowout, like them blowing out the Warriors. I don't really just all the way count them out. I don't know what their record looked like without Ja. What?
actually pretty good.
Last year I thought it was like 29 and like fours, like 21 and 4, something like some crazy, bro.
That's solid.
And
That's really good.
Memphis is actually a serious team for sure. But I think the biggest question, like, I think Lakers right now have this intensity coming from, you know what I mean, trying to make the playoffs first of all, and then winning that play-in game. So if they keep that same intensity throughout the whole postseason, I mean, of course it's going to be hard. But if they do, I think, in my opinion, these guys can definitely, like,
If we stay
win,
healthy,
win.
LeBron
First of all,
get
yeah, of course stay healthy, but yeah, they can do something in the Western Conference, and
Oh, for sure.
but yeah, Memphis, you can't count them out as well, of course. Yeah, you got a young team, like they're all energetic. They want to go out, and I feel like they're challengers to the like old heads. You know what I mean? They want to go and, like, you know what I mean. See, all right, prove to these guys, like, all right, Draymond Green, LeBron, all right, this is a challenge for me. Like
They
they're
better
excited.
prove something. They've been Chad for 2 years.
They have.
Exactly.
But one thing you can say though, they show up in terms of, I mean, especially last year when they beat, like, when they were, you know what I mean, giving Warriors a hard time and all of that. You could talk. I mean, of course they lost the series, but, like, you know, they did something. So we'll see. We'll see what this is. We'll see. But
John
no, you
Morant
can't
said
count them out.
LeBron clickbait, bro. Dylan Brooks said I want LeBron. Yeah,
Bro, I need this humbling, bro.
No, I need it. I need 100%.
I need
That's the biggest thing,
LeBron to
though.
just baptize Dylan Brooks in like game 2.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like completely just baptize him, bro. Just humble him, bro.
y'all peeped how Austin Reeves is talking shit to the like on our behalf to the Grizzlies.
Mhm.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Bro, that
Austin
boy was
got that
talking shit
dog
all
in him,
game.
bro.
Love
He,
it,
he
bro.
went and did this. He said,
Right, dude,
Love
first bucket out the get-go. That's what I love, bro.
it.
We love
Austin
Austin Reeves, yeah, I love Austin, bro.
bro,
I'm
give
watching
that
this
man
game.
as much money as he wants, bro.
I swear.
But back to my
bro.
overreaction, though.
Mhm.
Man, if the Lakers' depth can perform close, I don't think they can ever match this again. You can't get Rory 29. You can't get Rory and Reeves combining for 50. You can't get that again. But if they can get close to this level of play from their depth and still have LeBron and AD giving you about 20 and great level of play, this team could definitely win a title or at least win a West. With this level of depth, they're becoming, since the deadline, and I said it in my video, there's no way that the Lakers are going to lose in this first round doing all that deadline stuff for nothing. They make great strides. That team is too talented to lose in the first round. This deadline saved their depth. Now they're becoming one of the deepest teams in the NBA. You got Rory and Reeves going crazy. When your top 2 players on the team, who are considered to many as the top 10 players in the league, they're not your 2 highest scorers. That says something. Those guys aren't taking a single shot in the fourth quarter, any clutch time shot. That says something. That team could win a title or at least win the West. And defensively, too, this is a very good defensive team. This is one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Not only did it save their depth, which they didn't have to start the season, it saved their defense, too. They became one of the worst defenses to one of the best defenses in the NBA. Anthony Davis, 7 blocks. I had to look at the stat sheet again when I heard it on the telecast. 7 blocks out there. Been saying this for a while. When healthy, this guy could arguably be the best defensive player in the entire NBA. 7 blocks. You can't score in his paint. And then a guy who wasn't using all of his energy on offense, and if he doesn't have to use all this energy on offense with help from Reeves and Rui, he can actually play defense. Ramon James, 3 blocks. Gave you a chase.
He was sitting.
Hey, what you guys see Skip talk about that block or whatever? You were saying, like, basically, like, oh, he should have been doing that. Like, they're basically saying, well, Skip, of course, you know, Skip being a hater. All right, I'll say this. I think most people did talk about how that block was insane and everything. How insane was that block? Because Skip was basically trying to say that it was, you know what I mean? It wasn't a good block. Like, he should be doing this. He's 6'9", 239 or something like that.
Oh, speaking of Skip as a hater, I was watching for like 2 seconds today, walking between class. You know how he's like a Clippers fan, right?
Yeah.
He literally publicly said he can't root for the Clippers anymore because they have Westbrook. Dude, I thought that was the most hating
I watched that segment.
ever heard in my
Wait,
life.
wait.
Skip
Like
Yo.
to this day,
Yeah,
like this is
today he
recent.
said I
Today.
used to root for the Clippers, but now I can't really anymore because they have Westbrook. I was like, oh.
I hate the Westbrook hate, bro. This is
Bro, wait,
like,
he was still hating.
He doesn't
after
really
that?
mess with Kawhi either because of how he did his Spurs.
Now he no longer a Clippers.
so I
fan,
think
bro.
I think
thought that was
Skip
the
just takes
sweetest
things
hating thing I've ever
personal,
heard,
bro. I think Skip just takes things personal. That was a great first game. That was a great first game from the Clippers, in my opinion. Like amazing.
KD,
Three
KD
for
Without
was
PG,
attacking
remind
both.
you that. Without PG.
Yeah, we
Like,
can transition to that. But last thing on the Lakers, if LeBron and AD weren't even the two best players at that game for the Lakers, and they won a road opening playoff game pretty convincingly in the fourth quarter. If they can somehow get close to that again for multiple games going up to the NBA Finals, they can win the Lakers. But I got to see how they play in Game 2, though, because I think Game 2, Reeves not having this. I don't know if Reeves is having it again. Game 2 is going to be more of a LeBron and AD must-have type of win. So we'll see how they play, especially defensively now that those guys are going to have to take more of an offensive load. Yeah, we can go on. My LeBron teammate take that I was going to say that Cat missed. We were talking about in the beginning how a lot of people liked him being LeBron for having the most all-star teammates out of everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was over here like, man, one of the most annoying narratives I've ever heard against LeBron James is LeBron James had the most all-star teammates because it's so out of context. Because, yes, out of context, LeBron James had the most talent around him as far as like quantity. But there's a reason why. Because out of all the players that you're comparing LeBron James to, he's had by far the most least stable conditions, teams, cores out of everyone in the top 10. They're always changing. They're always getting hurt. There's always drama. And LeBron needs to have more teammates around him. He needs to change his team around him in order to keep a high level winning that other players that you're comparing him with cannot say. So let's look at the players in the top 10. Those guys did not need to have all those multiple teammates. What was I trying to say? All those people in the top 10 did not need that big number of teammates that LeBron James had, because for a decade, they consistently had a core playing at a championship level. There was no need. Like you're saying, like you're comparing LeBron with Jordan and all these guys. They did not need to have the number of all-stars like LeBron did. Like there's a reason why Jordan and LeBron and all these guys, there's a reason why the disparity of LeBron's all-star number of teammates and everyone else in the top 10s is huge, because those guys, other than LeBron, did not need that. So let's look at those guys in the top 10. Jordan had Pippen for a decade. Jordan left and Pippen was still there. Kareem and Magic had each other playing for a decade. Shaq, Kobe had Shaq for 8 years. Crazy. Who else is in the top 10? Let's think. Bird had a championship core for a good run. Think about all LeBron's. Think about if all LeBron's, like these all-star teammates that you're referencing for LeBron. These guys were together for like 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
Wade and Bosh, they were together for 4 years. Only 4. And for the last like year and a half, it wasn't that great of a core. Kyrie and LeBron. Kyrie, LeBron, and Love, that Cleveland Big Three. They were together for 3 years, and then Kyrie just got up and left. Kyrie didn't even play in that first finals, and then Kevin Love was inefficient. So, like, you get what I'm saying there? Kyrie and LeBron, only together for 3 years, didn't even play in the first finals for Kyrie. And then Anthony Davis and LeBron. He's only had one healthy playoff run with Anthony Davis, and they've been together for 4 years. Think about everyone in the top. The glazing is crazy.
No. No, forget that, bro. I'm not gonna be real, bro. LeBron. I gotta give him credit, bro. I'm a Jordan lover. All right, pause. But I love Jordan with all my heart. But no one's doing what LeBron is doing. So I hear exactly what you're saying.
So
Steve.
LeBron has had a championship core for only 4 years, while everyone else in the top 10 has had championship cores for a decade. And you wonder why LeBron has had more teammates around him, because he needed to. If LeBron would have had his Miami core for a longer period of time, he would not have gotten all those other teammates. He just would not have. If the other – so, like, let's look at the players top 10. I'm going to go through it again. Jordan has Scottie for a decade. Magic has Kareem for a decade. Kobe had Shaq for 8 years. 8 years is the same amount of length that LeBron has had Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade combined. Steph Curry has had that championship nucleus with Golden State. Lonzo Ball jersey. Okay. Nice little comment. Lonzo Ball jersey. I just know this kid have this tattoo. Dude, chill. I'm turning off the
that
comments.
Lonzo Ball jersey used to
I'm
have
gonna
some
laugh
minutes
at
on
every
it too.
single one of them.
That's OSN OG. OSN OG.
Hey, ZO2, I'm the man. Level up Super Saiyan. Hey, listen, back to what I was trying to say before I get disrupted. Steph Curry went to 5 straight NBA finals with that championship nucleus of Clay and Draymond playing at an all-star level, plus Kevin Durant sprinkled in. 5 straight years of a championship core. What championship core did LeBron have for 5 straight years? What?
Can't name one.
If LeBron, yes, did LeBron James have this nucleus? Did LeBron James have more all-star teammates than this guy? And more than Jordan, more than Magic, more than Tim Duncan, more than Kobe. Yes. But in a sense, in order for LeBron to be at that high level of play to compete with the rings of those guys, he needed that because his environments, his teams weren't as sustainable as others. And I'm telling you right now, if he would have had a more sustainable environment, yeah, he would not have had these amount of all-star teammates. That's what I was trying to say.
Where a Jordan fan would try and debunk that argument is talking about like how he never took any pay cuts, and that's why they couldn't construct a team
But
that
you're
would
not giving
stay
the
around him. But I mean, I'm still not
best.
taking that because, bro, just the
No
fact
one
that
cares,
he
bro. I'm gonna be real enough.
had a strong nucleus with him past 4 years, and this man still has 4 rings is crazy to me. So
Who are examples of guys that took pay cuts though?
I can't name one. I'm just
that
saying
won a championship. That won a championship.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you can really name that many.
I mean, I have to look into it, but
I don't think you can name that many. I mean, in terms of like the top 10, I don't think you can name that many. If they're going back to back, I feel like here's the thing. Back then, you wanted to get paid, right? You wanted to get paid. Now there's so much money in the league, like, you know what I mean? You can't afford to get a pay cut just because. But the biggest thing with LeBron, though, I'm talking about teams, right? He's carried, I've seen the most bummiest teams of my life to finals. And what it was a 13 years, like it was a 13-year streak of him just going to the finals every single year, right? 9. So
eight.
I thought it was
that's still insane.
Eight.
That's still insane if you think about it, because some of those years they shouldn't have made the finals, bro. They shouldn't have made the finals. But because LeBron is LeBron, he was doing that. And then every team he goes to, I feel like it's just same way when Russ came here. It's like you got to understand there's greatness around LeBron, bro. No glazing shit, right? No glazing, but there's greatness around LeBron. Like these players got to perform in order to make like not only your own legacy but his legacy. You know what I mean? Still carry on. That's why you've seen all these like D'Lo. I've never seen him act like this in my life, bro. I'm gonna be real. I've never seen him. He was playing with Kobe. I've never seen him act like this in my life. I mean, it might be because he likes his situation and everything like that, but he's hungry for a ring, and then he knows that under the leadership of LeBron, he can do something. You got AD. He was, questioning himself for the longest, I feel like, and now he's ready to step up to the plate and be like, all right, bro. Like I'm still an all-star. I'm still one of the top 5 best players in the league because you are, bro. You know what I mean? So I love it, bro. LeBron is special individual, bro.
Just imagine LeBron at that team, like on the 2018 team, like to this day. You know, like if that's what you want, if that's what you're asking for out of a guy like Bron, bro, who's literally just, he's running out of time. He's supposed to be winning at this point in his career. It doesn't make sense to me, bro. I don't know how you judge that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if people want to just like knock him for wanting to be on a team the same way, or KG made that move when he was when he was on the Timberwolves and made that move to the Celtics. I think it's just a part of history, bro. We've seen it happen. It's nothing new. So, but you're gonna go ahead and look at LeBron and see him as the face of it all, and really judge him for it. It doesn't make sense to me, man. If every single star needs a core around him for a good amount of time in order to create that dynasty that everybody's looking for. He just hasn't had the opportunity. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm gonna restate it one more time before we move on to Phoenix. Yes, has LeBron James had more All-Star teammates than any other all-time great? Yes, but there's a reason why. Because out of all the all-time greats, LeBron has had by far the least stable environments. Look at his teams. The Miami core. The Miami championship core only lasted for 4 years, and by year 3, it was already starting to break down. The Cleveland core. Kyrie's gone in year 3. Kyrie's asking to be gone in year 3, and he doesn't even play in that first NBA final. So he only has Kyrie for 2 NBA finals. And then the Lakers championship, the Lakers with Anthony Davis. He has Anthony Davis for 1 playoff run. Name me another all-time great, even close to LeBron James, who's had an environment, team situations as unstable as LeBron. Like I said, let's go through the top 10. Jordan had Scottie Pippen at an all-NBA level for a decade. Jordan left, and Scottie was still there. Magic had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for a decade. Tim Duncan had that championship nucleus playing at a high level for a decade. Kobe Bryant had Shaquille O'Neal for 8 years. 8 years. The Miami 8 years is the same length the Miami core and the Lakers core was together. LeBron had Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade for 8 years combined. Golden State had a championship core of Clay and Draymond, went to 5 straight NBA finals. LeBron James has never had a championship core longer than 4 years. So it's like, you get what I'm saying, dude? Like, of course, he's had the more all-star teammates. He needed to in order to have the same level of successes as those other guys he's competing that you're trying to compare him with. But I'm moving on to now to Phoenix because we alluded to Phoenix. Clippers stole game 1 at Phoenix. They have home court advantage now. I want to ask you guys, we got to move on because we're like 40 minutes in now. We're going to go through these fast. What % chance do you guys give the Clippers to win this series now with game 1 in their pockets?
but it's up in the air for me, man.
No, I really have no idea.
So you're saying it's a
Honestly,
50-50
It's
now?
a 50-50.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Okay, so what was it going in? What was the percentage you going in?
I'm not
Suns,
gonna lie, it was a
Suns
70-30.
by 70.
Okay, so it's 70%
I'll say
Suns,
60.
and now
I'll
with
say
this game 1, Paul George is not going to play for the entire first round, by the way. So you think it's 50-50?
I think it's 50-50. You know why though? I haven't seen playoff Kawhi in so long.
Bro,
It's been a very long
Forgot
time
about him.
seen
You
him
forgot
perform
about
in
him.
the postseason.
Forgot about
And
him.
2 years.
I underestimated him a lot.
You also got to remember too. Russ is taking this series, I think, really like almost personal, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
He's taking it personal.
And I definitely didn't realize how deep they were. They can have a second unit that can hold its own when it comes to, knowing that there's always going to be either a Devin Booker or a KD on the floor at all times. They have a second unit that can somewhat hold that down. And that's the thing. I just didn't realize it. I didn't realize that Kawhi can still get up to that level. Bro, the way he was going at KD and the way they were just going at each other buck for buck, probably not in the last 5 minutes, but just throughout the game, it definitely like opened my eyes a little bit to, damn, I haven't seen this since like 2021, 2020.
I'm not gonna lie to. I think the Clippers also kind of have more depth, especially like than.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
The Phoenix,
for sure.
For
yeah,
sure.
like they have some players on the bench, like so. I'm not gonna lie, the Clippers. So yeah, in all honesty, it's definitely 50-50. But I will say this though: if they beat the Suns, might be looking slow in the West.
They beat the Suns, they can go win an NBA championship, or at least go to the finals. Because who else? Who are they going to lose to?
Yeah.
Who are they going to lose to? They get the biggest dog in the Western Conference out the way. Clippers.
I just don't want Paul George back, man. That's all I'm looking for.
That would get risky.
Yeah.
Like just if it's what I think if he's not here the first round, I just know he's gonna come back the second, and then
Probably
he
will.
doesn't even need to perform great, bro. Just stay, just stay level, bro. Don't, at that point, man, I can actually see them winning against the Suns. But you know what I noticed? The Suns don't know how to play together just yet. They just
Yeah,
been coasting.
still, yeah, very new, very
Yeah,
new.
they've just been coasting so far. I seen Katie didn't take. He only took one shot
KD
the
takes
last
no
5 minutes.
shots at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
We're
and
getting
they're
that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
he
think I
just
overlooked your point, Capo. I don't know if you're gonna add any more to that. I definitely overlooked that when I picked the Suns to win the West, was the fact that maybe as a team they don't have it all figured out as far as like who's gonna take this shot, who's gonna
right.
go off here, who's gonna go off here. They definitely struggled against that against the Clippers.
We're giving them a 2-year
That's that.
window, right? To win the
Who,
chip.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
I'll give him 1 2 year. Depends on how
Yeah.
if Chris. I mean, here's the thing.
Chris
I
Paul's
also
a role
heard
player.
rumors about if the Suns lose, like they might, you know what I mean, start thinking to rebuild. I'm not rebuild, but just trying to get Chris Paul out of the way. Like, what do you? I don't know.
Hell
What do
no,
you guys
no. They
think
need
that
they need like a full year together.
Yeah, they
full
need.
year together,
They have to
Yeah,
run it back next year for
they
sure.
have to.
I'd give them about 2 years after this year.
2 years?
That's it. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
as far as my percentage, I'm gonna go 40. I'm not gonna go 50. I still think the Suns are the favorites because I still think at the end of the day, the Suns offensively are just a bit too much for the Clippers because it was just game one. It was just game one. Clippers needed 38 from Kawhi. They needed great role play and play. So they needed a lot of things to overcome Phoenix because the Suns duo, when they did shoot the ball, they got what they wanted. They efficiently got what they wanted. Ayton was there. Durant was hitting his shots. Booker was hitting his shots. Torian Craig at 20. So their starters got what they wanted. So for the Clippers to win, they need Kawhi to be 35 a game, plus great play from their role players. And that's why I said without Paul George, the Suns might just not be enough. I had this series going 5 originally. I think it's going to go 6 now, maybe 7, depending how great Kawhi Leonard's going to be down this stretch. Like, I know Kawhi's going to be great, but when I say great, like great. Like, am I going to get a 40-piece Kawhi type, like clutch shooting, all that. So when I say great,
Quiet Toronto, something like that.
the Clippers do have, you alluded to, the depth advantage. The Suns only made 3 shots off their bench compared to the Clippers, who's got Norman Powell coming off the bench, Plumlee coming off the bench. So there's a mismatch depth-wise. So when that bench unit gets in for Phoenix, it's a little slow for them, bro. There's not many shots that are going to get made, and the Clippers can take advantage of that. I mean, they have a 6-man of the year candidate, so they have the edge there. Westbrook brought the energy. You said he took it personally. I still don't like relying on Westbrook. That's why I still lean Phoenix.
I
He
don't
made
like
winning plays. He had the
We
winning
need
block. He had huge rebounds. But 3 for 19, still 3 for 19. A lot of Westbrook fans are still trying to gloss over like 3 for 19 ain't 3 for 19.
You're so crazy.
That's
I
like
don't care what it is,
bro.
Crazy.
if you the thing is, what shocked me was, I think any team that has a second option, if that second option ever goes 3 for 19, that's an automatic loss. Like I don't see how they were able to pull through.
That's the scary part.
But a player like Westbrook, he literally affected the game in every single other way other than offense that night.
I will say, if Kawhi Leonard manages to win this Phoenix series, and somehow, first of all, if Kawhi Leonard manages to win this series, there's no doubt in my mind that this team could go to the NBA Finals. If they can beat Phoenix, there's no doubt in my mind this team can go to the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
If he beats Phoenix, I think that would be that's a top 3 Kawhi Leonard accomplishment, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%.
For sure.
Top 3 Kawhi Leonard accomplishment.
Yeah,
You're telling me you're beating Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre, and Monty Williams, coach, that just coached the NBA Finals 2 years ago, when your 2 best players are Norman Powell and Eric Gordon? My God. And Russell Westbrook's giving you 3 for 19? No Paul George, underdogs, on the road. That's a top 3 Kawhi accomplishment all time.
Facts.
And if he does win this series, there's no doubt in my mind they go to the NBA championship.
I mean, they have.
It hurts me because they own the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean
There's
they
no other
on the
team they're going
Lakers
to face
though,
tougher than
but I feel like the
the
Lakers have
Suns.
to go over that hump.
So this would be
Right?
one of Kawhi Leonard's greatest achievements ever if he, with this supporting cast, can end up beating Phoenix and going far in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, for sure,
I agree.
for sure.
I definitely agree.
Oh, bro, going forward though, KD needs to take more shots, bro. You already said it. He didn't shoot the ball at all in the third quarter.
Bro, I hate
Once
15
crunch
shots,
time, they had
bro.
no idea who was taking the big time shots. Like no idea. I didn't see Kevin Durant at all down the stretch.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something they got to figure out. If I'm Devin Booker, bro, I'm giving it to KD and moving out the way. I don't know whether,
Literally,
or I can't tell if it was the defensive job that I'm not gonna lie. KD he wasn't locked up, but they
who's
knew
guarding KD?
Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Westbrook?
Yeah, he
He
did
was
a good job.
blocking the
KD,
shot
bro.
from
No,
the
I
back.
saw the blocks and everything, but he was guarding him the whole game.
Nah, not the whole game, but like a good amount of the game.
A good amount of
Yeah.
the game. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Russ is here to play. Russ is here to play. So
Yeah,
the thing is, though, a person like KD, though, he can come back the next game and give you 30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He can come back and give you 30. So that I think Clippers and the Lakers kind of, in my opinion, have to have the same mentality. They just got to keep that same intensity, bro. Same intensity. You got to play the same first game, same way you did in the first game, and they can easily. And I honestly, I'd be happy if I see them two in the Western or play each other in a series or whatever. That would be a great.
They would
great
meet up in
series.
the West Finals if they.
Yeah, that would be a good
do meet in
series.
the West Finals. But yeah, as far as Kevin Durant, bro, what makes Kevin Durant so great is that he's one of probably the best plug and play guy to ever play this game, right? A guy who can come on the team, not take away anybody's shots, take minimal shots, and still get 20 to 30. But I think in this series, Kevin Durant has to say, screw that, screw Booker, screw Torian Craig. I need to take 25 shots.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Phoenix, scoreless in the third quarter, barely taking shots in crunch time, you need Kevin Durant taking about 25 shots, bro. I need Kevin Durant to be 30 to 35 points. Kind of like Golden State. Remember in Game 3 in 2017 when he completely took over down the stretch? And that's why they honestly won that series is because Kevin Durant scored, I think, like 7 straight against Cleveland in the fourth quarter. He needs to do that here. He needs to do that here. I'm going to look at the shot. Kevin Durant took 15 shots. Ayton took 16. Ayton took one more shot than Kevin Durant. Torian Craig took 3 less shots than Kevin Durant. I don't like that going forward for Phoenix. I think Kevin Durant needs to be 20 shots.
He picked
kind
it
of
up
like what he did in
areas,
the NBA
like
Finals.
11
He needs to be a big shot taker, big shot maker.
Yeah. He did end up with 11 assists. He ended up affecting the game.
He was distributing, yes.
Yeah.
He was distributing, but he still wasn't looking to score. I feel like he could have still distributed while at the same time putting up some shots. I think
100%.
that distributing doesn't excuse Kevin Durant entirely. I did like the distributing, but he could have done all that distributing and also had more points. It's not like he was taken away from his shot. Like he was just passing the whole time, and he could have shot more as well. But that's the Clippers Suns. I still think Suns win the series, but we think it's a lot closer now with the Clippers having a 1-0 advantage, now having home court in Los Angeles. But let's go to the Heat Bucks. We also touched on the Heat Bucks real quick. Let's knock this out. We already talked about Giannis's health. We already talked about that. Tyler Hero's out for the whole season. Giannis is probably going to play in Game 2. But a lot of you guys like the Heat. That was your overreaction. So on a scale to 1 to 10, what is the panic level in Milwaukee?
There is none.
I mean,
it depends.
Giving up one game, especially like a Game 1, there's always a little bit of panic that comes with that. But just because it's the Bucks and it's the Heat that you're playing in particular, I feel like this is one of those things you could just sweep under the rug, get back to the drawing boards, take care of Game 2, and I still see them winning in like 6. So,
yeah, I will say though, when Giannis got hurt, the Heat were already had a pretty good advantage.
Yeah.
The Heat came out lights out to start the game, which I don't even think they're that great of a 3-point shooting team. Now without Tyler Hero, it's going to be interesting how they shoot.
Struz could still let that thing go.
Oh, no, Struz, bro. He's one of my favorite players in the league, bro, because he's not like no one knows who he is other than Miami Heat fans, and he can splash. I think he hit 7 threes in that play.
He can shoot. He a big guy too. He's big. I feel like.
Yeah, that's why Duncan Robinson don't play.
Yeah.
Because of his size. I don't think there's any panic. I'd say a 2 because they are down 1-0 and because of Giannis's health, but they still have the best players in the series. Chris Middleton, the Amir Ali lookalike, he had 30. That's a good sign, bro.
That's good.
That's a really good sign.
That's what you
Bro,
need out of him, bro.
Drew
That's good.
Holiday had 16 and 16, bro.
No,
That was
I don't think people understand.
16 and 16.
The Bucks,
Yeah.
the Bucks are beating. All right, the Bucks is the best team in the East, in my opinion. All right, they're better than the Celtics. They're better than the Sixers. Just because you have someone like Chris Middleton, that can shoot the ball, right? Drew Holiday that can play great defense, and if he needs to, give you a bucket, give you a clutch bucket, not like last minute, but let's say it's last 25. He's gonna go to the lane and be aggressive. You got Giannis. So the biggest question is if Giannis comes back, Bucks, in my opinion, are still like they're definitely winning this. Definitely winning this series. But yeah, I think the biggest thing though is if Giannis is playing. If Giannis is playing, even if without Giannis, I think they can still maybe pull a miracle and beat him. But no, if Giannis is playing, this Bucks team is not something you can take for like.
I need to see
You
how
gotta
they
take
open.
it serious.
I think I need to see how, because saying Milwaukee's panicking isn't overreaction in game 1. I need to see how they open game 2, because they opened game 1 pretty poor. Miami jumped up to like a double-digit lead pretty quick. I got to see how Giannis comes out the gate. I got to see how Giannis comes out the gate, because if Giannis doesn't play, he will play. But like, let's say if Giannis didn't play, Miami wins that series in like 6 games. They're going to have to play playoff Jimmy Butler without Giannis. But Giannis is probably going to come back. They said he's just like sore. I'll say now, I'd originally Milwaukee playing Atlanta, but if Milwaukee was going to play Miami, I would have said Milwaukee in 5. I'll say Milwaukee in 6 now. I got to see how they come out in game 2 before I press the panic button. But the 2 X factors for Milwaukee, which I think is a good sign, other than Giannis not being like severely injured, the 2 X factors from their NBA Finals was Chris Middleton. He took all the big time shots and was their second leading scorer. He had 33. He's huge. And then Bobby Portis. He was huge in that closeout game, and he had 21. So if they can have Bobby Portis off the bench, bring in energy in Milwaukee, and Chris Middleton taking big-time shots, they're fine. I just got to see how they open up game 2. But if anyone wants to say anything about Milwaukee, we can move on to Golden State.
Well, where was the first game at? Was it at the Bucks?
Yeah, it's in Milwaukee. It's going to be Milwaukee in game 2 as well.
Yeah. That's a tough loss, but yeah, there's no need to panic for real. I mean, Bobby Portis played really good. It looks like, damn.
Yeah. Nah, dude, Bobby Portis is a leading one of the best 6 men in all basketball. He's really good. He's 10-10 guy. He had 20.
Yeah, 21, 8 rebounds. Yeah, I think he's like he's a fire igniter, especially at a home game. You just get the crowd going, and that just makes your team play better. So yeah,
I gotta see how they open up game 2.
I didn't realize Brook Lopez was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I didn't.
Bro, he gets his hands on a lot of balls.
He's literally
Pause. He gets his hand on a lot of balls. Like he blocks a lot of shots.
Before I move on, I wrote this down. I was thinking about this when I was watching the Heat game. Jimmy Butler, I think, is the Reggie Miller of this generation. Because when I see this guy in Jimmy Butler throughout the regular season, he's a nice, solid. He's a guy he's a solid guy giving you 20 points a game. And some years he sneaks onto the all NBA third team. He's that type of guy in the regular season. He's not super spectacular elite. But once it's time for that postseason, once it's time for those bright lights, he just flips the switch and takes his team multiple occasions on deep playoff runs. They're both super clutch players who were able at one point to get their team to NBA Finals, who have multiple conference finals appearances. And once it's time to come in the playoffs, these guys perform. And most of their legacy is based off of their elite playoff rising. So I think Jimmy Butler is the Reggie Miller of this generation, because these are two guards who aren't that spectacular, who are pretty nice. They're solid in the regular season, but they become one of the best players in the NBA when it's time for the postseason. I want to see how you guys agree with that comparison.
I like
I
that.
agree 100%. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, no, I want to think. I want to. Yeah, Reggie's is probably the best comparison in my opinion when I think about it. Yeah, no, Jimmy's a dog, bro. When it comes to the postseason, he just wants to win. So he's gonna do everything in his power to do that. So yeah, no, that's a great comparison.
I always had love for Jimmy Butler just for the fact that he was able to take the Lakers to 6. I mean, watching that man on a day-to-day take LeBron to 6,
Yeah.
giving LeBron 40 triple-double,
Mm-hmm.
giving all he had, man, I had a lot of respect for Jimmy Butler. So I always look for opportunity to give Jimmy Butler flowers.
There's some
I
guys
opened the season saying Jimmy Butler was a top 10 player in basketball. I don't think that anymore. But I think he's right outside. I really think Jimmy Butler's that good.
I don't think, like, when I say this, I'm not saying that he doesn't have any skill or anything. When you look at certain guys in the league that you know is just playing off of pure heart and grit, Jimmy Butler's just one of the first people I think of. So
I also think I think people like they don't consider how much like I think he has a really good basketball IQ, like a really good,
he does.
like a really good basketball IQ. So yeah, no, like he's probably one of the smartest basketball players, and he just he can get a bucket, bro. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, that's a good way to compare him.
Hey, Bam Adebayo had a bounce back game, bro. It's this close. Coming on here. Bam Adebayo is the most overrated player in basketball.
Yeah, no, that was really a good, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a good stat line. 22, 7, 9.
He was hitting some nice mid-range game, clutch mid-range shots. But let's go to Golden State. Bro, I've never been a Kings guy. I've made multiple times on the podcast saying, yo, the Kings, bro, first round exits, this all offense, defense stuff ain't gonna cut it. But now they're playing the Golden State Warriors, who I hate. So I'm rooting for the Kings. I want to ask what you guys saw. Are the Kings legit, bro? Is the beam lightable in a game clinching? Will the beam get lit at the end of the series, bro? Are the Kings legit? Are we lighting the beam?
But they're legit, bro. But I'm not sitting here saying that they're gonna beat the Warriors. I can see them taking it to Game 7, 100%. But bro, do I see a core with Steph, Clay, Draymond? You have offensive guys just coming off the bench, Jordan Poole, people that can really strap up. Now Andrew Wiggins has time to really get in there and make a like just get his feet in the water. I don't see them losing to the Kings, but they are a serious threat. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to beat the Warriors in a 7-game series.
I say they beat them in a 7-game series, in my opinion.
Really?
I want that. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I say they beat them in a 7-game series. This team is like this Golden State team, in my opinion. I feel like they haven't played enough with each other. Like there's still a whole bunch of controversy, I feel like, around them, even though they just won the finals. You know what happened during the offseason, and they had a slow regular season. And yeah, I just feel like not only that, the Kings atmosphere, I think they're gonna get every single home game, right? So that 7 games, the 7th game, if it's in the Kings at Sacramento, that energy is literally like Warriors peak, like 2000.
Oh no, the crowd in Sacramento,
you know what I mean?
absolutely insane.
It was insane.
It's crazy. Like, and these guys feed off of it. They love it. So, like, no, I think the Kings got something to prove, bro. So I think I'll say they're gonna win in 7 games.
First of all, Malik Monk, where is this for the Lakers, bro? All right, but next,
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. My guy is getting 32 off the bench.
Oh, he's wicked, bro.
Hey, I don't care. Reaves better. We're fine.
That's what I was saying today, bro. To a fellow Lakers fan, I was like, bro, I'd still take Reaves over Malik.
I'm still taking Reaves. It's fine.
But I do miss the young man. He gave us some good.
Yeah, Monk and Reaves.
He had some games where he'd go crazy.
Monk and Reaves would not have worked, to be honest, on the same team.
No,
so it's fine.
Not at all.
We're cool because
actually so crazy.
Lonnie Walker also Reaves weren't working, so we're good. I don't know if Darvin Ham would have had a good enough rotation to have Malik Monk and Austin Reaves get a great amount of minutes now.
I got Beasley having a really huge game, by the way, sometime in the playoffs.
I don't
People
believe.
count Beasley out, bro. He can shoot, bro. Stop playing with him, bro.
You can't count
I
out.
don't
I'm being
believe it.
serious, Steven. I know you're saying because I feel the same way, bro. I'm like, why did we sign this Negro, bro? Like, there's
Bro,
really
he
no
can
point in
shoot,
being on
bro.
the court.
He makes clutch.
But bro,
clutch
there's gonna
buckets,
be a
bro.
game where he hits 5 to 6 really big threes.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do the next 3 games look like? I'm not
It's gonna
saying
look bad, but I
capable
mean
of
that's
having
what I
like
like about this Lakers roster. Like every other game, you have these 2 to 3 guys
Someone
that are
that's
gonna
gonna
make that
show
little
up.
difference.
Yeah,
You have someone. You
yeah.
have someone that's gonna
Like
put
Troy
up
Brown
some.
can have a game where he goes off. Even
Yeah.
how I
Troy
don't know
Brown,
why they
that's
were playing
true.
him yesterday. I'm not even gonna like. They should have just stuck to Rui when they saw what Rui was doing, but they put him in a little bit in the fourth quarter. Once they figured out that lineup was working, we
I don't know,
secured the
bro.
production.
These shooters that all of a sudden come on LeBron's team, dude, they just don't know how to shoot as soon as they go on LeBron's team. These shooters. So I
Even
remember Kyle Korver,
looked
a
questionable,
shooter,
bro.
comes to
Kyle
Cleveland.
Korver
Starts
still did
shooting.
his thing a little bit.
Bro,
He
not in the
did, but he
finals,
was
bro.
not.
Not in the finals, bro.
He was
He was
selling something
pooped.
crazy, Ski.
They
Bro, I
were
wouldn't think
shooting
that, bro. I'm
Miami,
not gonna lie,
but
bro.
these
Kyle Korver
shooters,
had
they
me
come to
beat.
LeBron's team, they start chucking up bricks, bro.
Yes, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but back to the Warriors and Kings, bro. I had the Warriors winning in 7. I'm not going to change my pick yet because, well, if the Warriors win in 7, that means the Kings win 3 games. So I'm not going to just change my pick that they won 1 of the 3 games that I had them already winning. So I'm going to still say Warriors in 7, but the Kings really impressed me. They're the number 1 offense, I think, of all time. I think they've had the highest offensive rating like ever, and they proved it. This is a team that I think offensively can box with anyone. I mean, they're putting up 126 like a night, dude. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this Kings team seriously like score less than 100 points. This team could score. Fox is giving you 30. Monk giving you 30 off the bench. All this, they're putting up 126 when Sabonis is getting locked up by Draymond Green. Sabonis was a complete non-factor on the offensive end, and they still put up 126, so they're scoring. Experience was a huge thing. I still think experience has a chance of getting in effect, but it didn't look like a huge deal. It might look huge in Golden State, but as far as experience at Sacramento, Fox in his first playoff game had 38.
Didn't mean anything. He put up.
They handled great down the stretch. They were pretty
He's playing
clutch.
good defense too. They're playing good defense in terms of Fox.
Curry and Clay can't stay in front of Monk and Fox for nothing.
No, they fouled too much too. They fouled too much too. That's also one of their problems.
I know. That being said, I still got the Warriors in 6.
I still got the Warriors in 7 because I think this series is going to come down to not just experience, but who's going to play the best defense. No one's going to play defense in the series, but it's going to come down to who can play a bit better on defense because these are 2 best offensive teams in the NBA. So who's just going to play the best defense out of the 2? And I think Golden State's more likely to play the better defense now with Wiggins, what I saw from Draymond Green playing elite defense. Yeah, but man, I want the BMV lit, bro. I can't have this Curry dude.
Yeah, bro. Can't, bro. I can't. I don't want to see him. I really don't want to see him in another, like, I don't even want to get him past the second round, bro. I was mad that he made the playoffs in the first place, bro. I thought this team was finished, but yeah, no.
But they look
I
finished.
don't want to see.
I don't ever,
want to
bro.
see the
I'm never doubting these guys again, bro. I don't care.
I don't know, bro. I
was
was doubting him last year heavy, bro. If you know me, I was doubting him heavy last year.
We were in no Philly strip talking crazy. We thought it was
I'm still doubting him, bro. I'm still doubting him.
Yeah, man. Like I said, moral of this series is they're both going to play high levels of offense. All these games are going to be 120 to 122. It's just going to be who has the slight defensive edge, who has that key edge and that experience factor, who's going to hit this clutch shot. Offensively, who's going to be the clutchest down the stretch, and defensively, who's just going to be the best. That's going to be the 2 factors. I mean, this factor in every series, but especially for a series where there's nobody on who can play. Both teams can't play defense, and one team has experience, the other doesn't. It's huger in this series.
Yeah, he said no team. Nick just said no team scored less than 80 the whole year.
Yeah, but this is a Kings team where I don't think I've ever seen him score less than 100.
Yeah.
But, bro, I know y'all saw that missed game-winning shot by Mr. Steph Curry.
Here's the thing,
take a regular
bro.
shot,
that looked like a good shot, bro.
I thought that was.
It wasn't
chicken,
even
bro.
a shot; it was a floater, which made it even crazier.
Bro, he
floater
shot
from
a
the three.
floater from
That's
three.
From the three. No, but it looked
the only guy
good,
we letting
bro.
that let
It
him
looked
do that.
good.
Though.
I was terrified. My heart was.
I wasn't
literally
terrified, bro, because I know Curry not
beating.
able to hit that.
No, I
Bro,
was
every time this man puts a shot up, my heart falls to my ass, dude.
I know he's not able to hit that, bro.
Bro, no, that was a good
Curry.
miss. You can call that a good miss in my opinion, bro. That was a good miss.
I knew he was gonna miss it, bro. I've seen it time and time again, bro. Playoff
I
time
felt that
for
too.
Steph
But
Curry.
Curry
Playoff
comes
time for
off.
Steph Curry.
Vacation
2
time.
for 11. Here's the stat for you, bro. 2 for 11 on game-tying winning shots in the final 10 seconds of a playoff game.
damn,
I'm not saying he's not clutch, and I know that stat
Look at
seems a
that,
little
man.
nitpicky. Curry is a clutch player.
Dog,
for a
2
guy
for
to be-
11 doesn't sound right.
But for the guy to be the greatest shooter of all time, 2 for 11 in
You know what I
big-time
think?
playoffs?
I
We
think-
remember him missing that game 6 against Toronto. We remember him completely melting down the clutch against Cleveland in 2016. Now we see him shooting floaters from the three in the clutch against Sacramento.
Steven, he had to.
No, he had to.
That shit was
Yo, I
getting
swear,
packed from the
listen,
back. I promise you was gonna get
That
packed
was
if he
a
took
good
regular
shot.
jumper.
Like that was actually a
He
good
literally
shot.
went under it like that. It was.
Yeah, no, it was the best
He
shot
had to
possible.
just-
I'll say this though. I feel like the reason why I give like Curry, like, bro, his clutchness is so crazy. It was really that OKC game, bro. That OKC game, half court, when he hit that. I was just
2016,
like,
buddy.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened
serious.
in the NBA Finals in the clutch that same year, bro?
Yeah.
What?
Right, but he didn't have
Where
to make
was
a clutch
his- where
shot.
was that
Did he
shot
have
in
to
the
make a clutch
clutch?
shot? He was
Where was that
down
shot in
by a
clutch?
lot at that point.
Bro, he had some opportunities.
yeah, he did.
Clutch it out. He had games where he could have clutched it out and finished it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
bro,
in
I'm
game
saying
7,
this,
they were
there's
down like
two-
3.
there's-
They were down
there's-
3 in
there's
game
two-
7, and he missed the game tying 3.
I'm saying this: if there's 3 seconds on the clock, all right, Warriors ball. I'm trusting him, bro.
Give it to
I'm
clutch,
trusting
honestly.
him the same way I trusted Harden back then. I'm trusting Curry, bro. I'm trusting Curry.
I
bro.
want
He can do it.
Iguodala, bro. That's all I'm saying. I want Iguodala. But bro, come on, you have to dude, 2 for 11.
2 for
Yeah,
11
that's
sounds
insane. That's
crazy.
a crazy stat. That's a crazy stat. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know
You
it was that
expect
crazy.
better for someone who's the greatest shooter. I don't think he has that in him, bro. I'm thinking about it more. How many Steph Curry game-winning shots have you seen?
It's literally that one shot.
You're all that's replaying.
But
that
you
is
know how
OKC.
like it made my heart drop. Like I don't know. It might just be emotional.
No, that's the greatest. I'm not gonna lie.
That's literally one of the greatest.
Ski.
Like
That's the point, Ski, because you think he would have made all those shots because he's the greatest shooter ever, but he's not making them.
yeah.
How clutch?
2 for 11. No, that honestly proves it. Like he's really not that clutch. What's LeBron?
Yeah, you're
What's
still
LeBron?
scared, but that's why
LeBron's
LeBron's
up
beautiful, bro.
he's
LeBron's
supposed to
there.
hit him,
Good
but he's not.
percentage.
I know
We
LeBron has a good
we
percentage.
think he's able to hit him, but he's not hitting him. So it's like, for someone who's the greatest shooter ever, how clutch is he as a shooter when it comes down to it? I know it's nitpicking.
No, that's facts, bro. It's facts.
It's
2 for 11. That's a pure stat, bro. Like it says it already. That's crazy though. So hold on. Do you know what LeBron's is?
I think LeBron's like 40% or something like that. I gotta look at it.
That's beautiful.
He's taking a lot more shots than Steph Curry
is.
though in that situation.
I
gotta look at it's pretty good. It's one of the best.
That's beautiful.
Cavs Knicks to end the day.
Oh man.
Hey, bro, come up to a Cavs game.
I'm not going. I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm trying to, but I don't know if I'm going to go. But Cavs Knicks, bro.
Evan Mobley is a weak
garbage.
Y'all seen it on Twitter too? Julius Randle moving that. Oh my god,
that string bean. He moved that string bean, boy. But dude, Cavs Knicks. Man, how concerned should the Cavs be losing to the Knicks? I made a TikTok saying the Knicks or the Cavs are a whole tier above the Knicks, and they lose 101-97 in the land, bro. How concerned is Cleveland?
I'm gonna say this: those 7-footers, they're frauds, bro.
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna sit here and say they're frauds, bro.
They're frauds.
It was low key that one game. Evan shows. He shows flashes of him being able to be that guy that can just clean up the glass at all times, but he just needs to put on way more muscle than.
That's the thing. That's the issue. If they need to gain weight, it feels like they need to gain some type of muscle or weight. And if they do that, then they can do something. But right
You
now,
do
bro,
realize it should cancel out having two 7-footers. Like I don't care how weak. Like even if Evan Mobley's weak,
that's
bro,
what I'm saying.
you
You
have
have
two
two.
guys there.
You have two.
Yeah, that's the
You
problem.
couldn't grab a board. That made me so mad, bro.
Oh, the offensive rebounding.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It made me
The
so
late game
bad. You
offensive
couldn't grab a
rebounding was
board.
terrible, bro. Dude,
Oh,
Josh Hart. I
dang.
don't know why he might be the best rebounder I've ever seen in my
Yo,
life.
why?
Bro, he was grabbing the.
Why? It
Bro,
confuses me, bro. He's been like that his whole career. Why?
He's been like his whole career. He always gets like 8 rebounds a game. He might be the best rebounder other than Westbrook I've ever seen play this game. Man,
Nah,
but
he's hungry,
Cleveland,
bro.
I'm not concerned. I still think Cleveland, I had him winning 5. I'll say it's 6 now. This could go 7. I say hard. I say probably 6, but maybe a soft 7-game series. I could definitely see it going 7. I'm going to lean more 6. They should be concerned, but like not totally. I feel like Cleveland knew it was going to be a tight series. So if the Knicks won a game, they weren't going to sweat. It's not like they were expecting to blow out the Knicks. But
Yeah.
playoff Donovan, you got to be excited. You still got playoff Donovan hitting shots.
Right.
Oh, playoff
I'm not
Donovan.
gonna lie, Donovan's one of the best players.
Now
I've
he
seen
comes
in
to
my life.
Cleveland. He's still playoff Donovan. He's hitting big time threes.
yeah.
So you get playoff Donovan still. So you got to be happy that he translated from Utah to Cleveland, hit some big shots. But other than that, the huge problem, there's a lot of huge problems for Cleveland. But outside of Donovan Mitchell, who was stepping up for Cleveland? Evan Mobley was 3 for 14. Offensively, where's Mobley? Mobley cannot just play defense. Mobley also needs to play offense. Now he can't. Now we're not asking Mobley to be offense then defense, but he needs to get more than 3 for 14. What is that? Garland was good, but I needed a little bit more impact
Needed
from
more.
Garland.
Bro,
Garland,
he's a
Garland, that was
the
a bad
playmaker
performance
on the
from
team.
Garland. That was a terrible
He's a
performance
play-
from Garland.
Bro,
He
he's
had
the
one
playmaker on the
assist.
team. He had 1 assist.
One assist.
Yeah, he
That's
was.
He
terrible.
stunk it up. Bro.
He was
terrible.
fine, but yeah, but like you said, I need a couple more shots from Garland, especially and as the team's playmaker too. You had 5 turnovers to 1 assist, and you're like what, an 8 assist guy on the year?
Yeah, Garland got to step up. I think Karis LeVert off the bench has to step up.
LeVert 1 for 7, yikes, and that's a huge disparity for the Cavs too.
Yeah.
The bench got outscored huge. I've said for all season, you go through on my TikTok, I said the Cavs' biggest flaw is that their bench is super weak. And not just now they're weak at the starting with the core offensively. But as far as their bench, this is not a good bench. Cavs fans love Dean Wade, Rubio. This is not a good bench. And I had them losing in Milwaukee because of their bench. Well, they could lose early in New York because of their bench. I didn't think New York's bench was going to come to play. But if New York's bench is going to come to play, if Josh Hart's going to give you 17,
deep, bro.
If Hardenstein, if Talbot's going to give you 9 points, Quickly's off the bench. Quickly's there too. So if that bench is going to – Quickly also had a bad game. But, Quickly, he's not just going to just have bad games. He only took 5 shots. The Knicks bench is better. So Harden Quickly is better than anyone on the Cavs bench. So without LeVert playing good, this Cavs bench is going to get destroyed. So the Cavs masked their bench all year because Mobley was playing good offensively and Garland was giving you 20 a game with 8 assists. But now with Garland taking a step back, and now with Mobley being a no-show on offense, that bench got exposed, and it was a downfall for the team. I also saw a huge point in the game, other than that offensive rebounding disaster from Cleveland to end the game. Defensively, down the stretch, Shetty Osman was in, guarding Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
Jalen Brunson was cooking to the left every time, bro.
Through his legs, tween, get to the cup on Osman. Osman, bro, you know when someone's not supposed to play defense on someone based on how their footwork is, based on how they step up on somebody. Because you actually know basketball, you know that this guy cannot check this dude based on how this guy is moving his feet against that dude, right?
I seen him try. He was trying, bro. Like, it took his all.
No, he was trying.
It looked like he was trying just too much. It looked like he was not supposed to be guarding Jalen Brunson down the stretch. Now, I don't know where Okoro was. I don't think he wasn't in foul trouble. What happened to Okoro? If anyone could help me out, maybe I missed that point in the game because I was in Tennessee. So maybe I missed that point in the game. But, bro, That's the mismatch because down the stretch, Brunson was hitting those tough shots, getting his way, and Okoro was probably stopping a bucket or two. Tell me Okoro's now he's one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball.
You know, he is. The man can guard, bro. He's tough. But no, I don't know exactly why. What was his fouls looking like?
I think
He wasn't even in foul trouble like that. Man had 3.
No, he only had 3 personal fouls, and the game was in the last 2 minutes, so he should have been on the court. I don't know where Okoro was. Yeah, Osman was too slow. He doesn't have quick enough feet to guard someone like a Brunson.
Yeah,
And that was a downfall for the team. So for the Cavs, I mean, outside of playoff Donovan, they got nobody giving them big time production. Garland's not giving you the assist. He's not giving you the scoring as he did in the regular season. And Mobley's a no-show, 3 for 14. Oh my Lord! Defensively was really poor down the stretch. Josh Hart was taking over, bro. Josh Hart takeover. You're losing playoff games to Joshua Hart.
Minutes.
No disrespect, but Joshua Hart's hitting big-time step-back threes, plus grabbing all these offensive rebounds. Can't let that happen, bro.
crazy.
Y'all should have seen how downtown was after they lost.
Oh, you were there?
A bunch of demoralized fans just watching. Them boys look sick.
Josh Hart, even with Quickly playing a pretty not good game at all, 0 for 5, wasn't really involved. They still got killed on the bench. So bench gets killed, defensive mismatches, no one on offense other than Mitchell. The Cavs should be concerned, but it's only game 1. And I think the moral of this whole pod is let's just not freak out. It's just game 1. Oh, if you're a Timberwolves fan, okay, yeah, you freak out. Your series was over at tip-off. Like Hawks, your series is over. Timberwolves, your series is over. Nets, your series is probably going to go 5, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, don't give me that face, bro.
Come on, bro. They're not winning the game, bro.
Mikal Bridges is due for 1 game in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he has to.
Bro, I know. Listen, I love Mikal, but the thing is, though, if Mikal Bridges winning the game, is going to be in his hometown in Philly, not in Brooklyn. It's going to be in Philly, not in Brooklyn. He's not winning the game in Brooklyn. I don't think he is.
I think they win like game 4 in Brooklyn by like 2 points.
It is what it is, though. But as long as you win the series, it is what it is. It's good.
But that was the playoffs, round 1. That's all I got today, unless you guys want to add something else.
No, it was a good show, man.
Good show. I ain't gonna lie. The playoff season is always the best season. Make sure y'all boys check out Champions League tomorrow. Chelsea about to get scraped.
Real's putting that.
Basically, playoff season is the best season in the world, in my opinion. I mean, best season during the year. You know what I mean? Always the happiest. Always the happiest.
Yo, is it snowing where y'all at right now too?
No, it's raining though.
No,
snow. It was snowing, bro.
Bro, that Cleveland Lake effect is insane. I said need an MLS pod, bro. I don't know.
Nick said
that.
That's Nick, man.
Nick, come on the pod and then you can talk.
Bro,
talk about the crew, man. Talk about the crew.
I don't know anything about that. All I know is FC Cincinnati is better than the crew this year. That's all I know.
I'm with you just because. Fuck Nick.
But thank you guys for tuning in to the 29th episode of Some Casual Takes. We're gonna be back Friday talking the whatever happens in games 2 and 3, and then on Monday NFL draft show. So if anyone wants to talk NFL draft, I'll send y'all the link.
Steven,
what?
You got going number 1?
Bro, you know I got Stroud going number 1, bro.
Enough said.
What?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people.
Stop lying. It's Bryce. Bro. It's Bryce. Stop lying. It's Bryce. It's either Bryce or that one you from Kentucky, bro. Stop playing.
Whoa!
Bro, I hate that.
All right, that's why I log off, bro.
All right, bro.
Yeah, this is why Ski don't get the NFL invites.
Yeah, man.
Do some